The grass underfoot suddenly stirs, revealing a patient wait. This moment could erupt into chaos in an instant. Every breath becomes a hurried prelude to what is to come. And then the decisive moment will explode unstoppable. In the kingdom of the lion, there are laws of respect of hierarchy, written in scent and shadow. But there is one line drawn not in dust but in blood, that once crossed can never be undone. There will be no more warnings. This is a battle in earnest. Sekekama's raw power reminds the lionesses that they must choose a side. But Nakati is his own son. This was more than a mere blow. Nakati's challenge has sent a shockwave through the pride. If the king is vulnerable, then his throne can be taken. Nothing will ever be the same again. The Congo rainforest. This is the world's second largest tropical forest, surpassed only by the Amazon. This immense sea of green stretches over 1.4 million square miles, spanning 6 African nations. More than a forest, the Congo is a living, breathing universe, a cradle of biodiversity in constant motion. Beneath a canopy soaring hundreds of feet, thousands of species of plants, insects, birds, reptiles, and mammals coexist, many of which can be found nowhere else on Earth. Woven through the Congo forest like a great artery feeding the heart of Africa is an ancient power. The mighty Congo River, a 2,900-mile lifeline flowing through the continent's heart, is the second longest river in Africa after the Nile, and has the second largest flow on the planet, second only to the Amazon. Its dark, deep waters wind through dense jungles, crossing valleys, plains, and gorges before emptying into the Atlantic Ocean. But it impresses with more than just its scale. The Congo River carries an average of 41,000 cubic meters of water per second, sustaining countless life forms and providing water for millions of people. It is more than a source of water. It is a great natural divide. Its powerful current has bisected the forests for millions of years, creating separate worlds on either bank. It is this separation that has allowed species to evolve along different paths. The most classic example is the divergence between the chimpanzee on the northern bank and the bonobo on the southern. The river not only nurtures, it is the author of unique evolutionary stories. Along its course, the river shapes civilizations. On its banks, vibrant villages and cities like Kisangani, Mbandaka, and Kinshasa have risen dependent on its waters for transport, fishing, and survival. In some stretches, its waters become wild. The Inga Falls, for instance, represent one of the world's greatest hydroelectric potentials. The Congo River is not just a body of water. It is a spiritual entity for many local peoples, its mysteries still unexplored in its deepest reaches. In its ceaseless flow, it sustains the forest and the creatures within, guiding us into the wild heart of Africa. Deep in the forest, amidst the light filtering through the great canopy, a delicate presence is revealed. They are familiar faces and inquisitive eyes. The bonobo, one of our closest living relatives. With approximately 98.7% of our DNA in common, they share astonishing similarities with us. Often confused with chimpanzees, their more famous cousins bonobos are profoundly different in their behavior and social structure. While chimpanzees often live in hierarchical groups dominated by males and marked by violent disputes, bonobos have followed a different path. They have forged a society that is peaceful, matriarchal, and highly cooperative. Bonobo groups are led by experienced females, and conflicts rarely escalate to violence. Instead, they resolve tensions with affectionate gestures, embraces, and gentle calls. Standing between 2.5 to 3 feet tall and weighing up to 88 pounds, bonobos are agile, graceful, and exceptionally intelligent. They live in social groups and feed primarily on fruit leaves, seeds, and occasionally small invertebrates. A fascinating and rare behavior among mammals, bonobos voluntarily share their food, even with unrelated individuals. This generous gesture has captured the attention of scientists, and it makes us reflect on the origins of empathy in our own species. The bonobo is one of the most threatened primates on the planet, classified as endangered since 1996. Found only in the Congo rainforest, deforestation is encroaching upon their habitat, while armed conflicts make conservation efforts difficult. Furthermore, illegal hunting remains one of the greatest threats. That is why sanctuaries and protection centers have become true havens of hope. Lola Ya, Bonobo. Further north in Odzala-Kakua National Park, one of Central Africa's oldest and most important protected areas, a predator moves with poise and deliberation. The leopard. Even in the light of day, this great cat maintains its discretion. It knows where to go, when to stop, and how to disappear. With its golden coat punctuated by black rosettes, it camouflages itself among the sun-drenched tree trunks and the deep shadows of the forest. Reaching up to 6 feet in length, not including a tail that can be nearly 3 feet long, the leopard impresses with its combination of strength and agility. Weighing between 66 and 143 pounds with a muscular body and wide paws, it is perfectly built for climbing trees with skill. Its long tail acts as a natural counterweight, providing balance as it moves among the high branches. Odzala is perfect territory for a leopard. The dense forest cloaks it like a mantle, offering shade, silence, and the possibility of camouflage. Here, an ambush predator, the leopard rarely relies on speed. It prefers to wait, calculate, and strike at the precise moment. Besides being a hunting ground, Odzala-Kakua National Park is a crucial refuge for leopard reproduction. The dense forest, winding rivers, and limited human presence provide ideal conditions for females to give birth and raise their cubs in safety. The gestation period lasts from 90 to 105 days, and birth usually takes place in well-hidden areas within the forest. In the first few weeks, the mother keeps her cubs completely isolated, far from any threat. As they grow, she will teach them their first hunting skills. This adaptability is one of the leopard's greatest virtues, and it all begins with a mother's instruction. In Odzala, the documentation of females with their cubs is a promising sign. It means that despite external challenges, life persists within the sanctuary. Every year in November, as the sun sets over the Congo River, an extraordinary phenomenon begins to take shape. Millions of fruit bats gather on the riverbanks, preparing for one of the most spectacular and least known migrations in the world. Guided by an ancient instinct, these bats leave the depths of the Congo rainforest and fly towards Kasanka National Park in Zambia. This epic journey, spanning over 600 miles, is not just a search for food, but a vital part of the ecosystem. During their migration, the bats feed on wild fruits, dispersing seeds far and wide, helping to regenerate the forest and maintain ecological balance. Their role as seed dispersers is crucial for the health of the Congo rainforest, ensuring that new trees can grow and sustain local biodiversity. When they finally reach Kasanka National Park, the bats transform the night sky into a spectacle of wildlife. Zambia's park becomes the stage for one of the largest mammal concentrations in the world. From October to December, the park witnesses the presence of up to 10 million fruit bats, a natural event that attracts both researchers and nature lovers. In the southwestern corner of Uganda, near the border with the Democratic Republic of Congo, lies the legendary Bwindi impenetrable forest. This dense primeval forest of about 128 square miles is home to an impressive biodiversity almost untouched by time and human impact. Amidst the liana's ancient trees and a near-permanent mist, Bwindi shelters one of Africa's most emblematic species, the mountain gorilla. These magnificent giants carry a surprising gentleness in their gaze. Every gesture and expression speaks of the incredible resilience and subtlety of African wildlife. Mountain gorillas live in family groups, led by a dominant adult male known as a silverback. The silver-gray fur on his back appears when he reaches maturity. This alpha male decides where the group will sleep the rhythm of the day, and if necessary will confront danger. Each group can have between 10 and 30 members. Coexistence is peaceful and their behavior is highly social. The young learn through play, imitating the adults, testing their strength, and developing bonds with their siblings. Meanwhile, the males take on the protection of the group. The diet of these gorillas is essentially vegetarian. They spend most of their day eating leaves, stems, roots, fruits, and occasionally some larvae or ants. Contrary to what many believe, they are not aggressive. They only attack if they feel the group is in danger. Their day passes in a peaceful rhythm. The silverback often sits in a watchful position, his thoughtful gaze following his family, while the females care for the young with incredible tenderness. The young gorillas, with their boundless curiosity, play under the supervision of the entire troop. They wrestle, climb on the backs of the adults, and learn their first lessons about finding food and the complex rules of their society. It is in these everyday moments that the strength and ferocity of human imagination dissolve, giving way to the image of a close-knit family, a complex society based on trust and mutual protection. But Bwindi is not alone in this mission. Nearby in Rwanda is Volcanoes National Park, and in the Democratic Republic of Congo is Virunga National Park, Africa's oldest reserve. These areas act as true natural sanctuaries. There, deforestation is prohibited, hunting is controlled, and human access is restricted and monitored. Furthermore, a portion of tourism revenue is channeled directly into conservation projects and to local communities. This gives people a real reason to protect the gorillas. In recent years, this model has been successful. The mountain gorilla population, which was in decline, is now slowly increasing. Amidst the mist of Bwindi, the mountain gorillas continue to live, as they always have, in family, in silence, among leaves, roots, and shadows. The simple fact that they are still here, alive, strong, and free, is a victory for nature and for those who have chosen to protect it. Still, in Uganda, we continue to discover the wonders of African wildlife. Our next destination is one of the continent's most impressive parks, where the Nile River carves through the land, feeding the forests and meeting an explosion of life. This is Murchison Falls National Park. Here, waterfalls and rapids create riverine forests. They are dense corridors of trees and vines, with shade, humidity and trails covered in roots and wet leaves, the ideal habitat for many species. Here, forest elephants move between the woodlands and the banks of the Victoria Nile, also known as the White Nile. Although enormous, they differ from their savanna cousins, shorter, more compact, with rounder ears and tusks that curve slightly downwards. These elephants consume up to 330 pounds of vegetation a day. They don't just eat, they transform the landscape they pass through. They are the engineers of the ecosystem, the great gardeners of the jungle. As they move, they create paths through the thick vegetation trails that are then used by countless other animals, from small antelopes to even predators. By knocking down small trees and eating leaves, they create sunlit clearings on the forest floor, allowing light-loving plants to grow. This increases the diversity of the flora, providing more food and shelter for other species. Even their dung is a gift to the forest. Each pile is a mobile nursery full of undigested seeds, which helps to disperse and regenerate trees over a vast area. They knock down trees and spread seeds on the damp ground. This behavior changes the environment, allowing new plant species to grow, contributing directly to the regeneration of the forest. Forest elephants live in family groups led by an experienced matriarch. Their gestation period is among the longest in the animal world, about 22 months. At the end of this period, a single calf is born, usually weighing around 220 pounds. Caring for the young is not just the mother's task. In a true support network, aunts, sisters, and even other females in the group participate in the upbringing. It is a natural school where each generation passes on to the next everything they have learned about survival. These elephants live up to 70 years and shape the forests they inhabit. But on the riverbanks, they are not the only giants. In the calm, murky waters where the Nile winds between forests and rocks, a silent presence dominates every stretch of the river, the Nile crocodile. These reptiles have lived here for millions of years. They have survived ice ages, prolonged droughts, and even the impact of humans. Today, they continue to thrive along the entire Nile. At over 16 feet long and weighing up to half a ton, the Nile crocodile is one of Africa's largest predators. Their hunting strategy is a lesson in deadly patience. They can lie as still as a rotten log for hours with only their eyes and nostrils above the water, waiting for unsuspecting prey. When the moment comes, the stillness erupts into a brutal attack. With a lightning-fast bite and unparalleled jaw strength, they drag their prey into the water. Their famous death roll, a technique where the crocodile clamps down on its prey and violently spins its body, ensures no animal can escape. It is a primal display of power and adaptation perfected over millions of years. Their prey is varied fish, birds, rodents, antelopes, and even carrion. Anything that moves or doesn't can become a meal. They are opportunistic, adaptable, and voracious predators. With a lifespan that can exceed 80 years, they are the true elders of the river. But not everything here is a giant. Among the low branches and riverside thickets, the rulers of the landscape are the vervet monkeys, small, intelligent, and full of personality. With their dark, expressive faces, almost entirely black, framed by a halo of grey-white fur, they are easily recognizable. They prefer to move in the treetops, leaping from branch to branch with agility, but they also frequently descend to the ground to search for fallen fruits, seeds, insects, and even small bird eggs. Vervet mothers are careful and dedicated, carrying their young with them in the early days, feeding and protecting them with great care. They live in noisy groups with a clear hierarchy and a rich communication system of sounds, postures, and gazes. They are not the biggest nor the strongest, but where there is forest and water, they are present. With their agile leaps, intelligent eyes, and bold demeanor, vervet monkeys bring lightness, vitality, and movement to the heart of the African jungle. But for many, the true hidden treasure of Murchison lives in the swamps, almost invisible, almost mythical. There, among the reeds and aquatic plants, is the shoebill. A rare, prehistoric-looking bird standing up to 5 feet tall. Its wide, flat beak looks like a wooden shoe, a perfect tool for catching fish and frogs. Today, it is believed that fewer than 5,000 individuals remain in the wild. Their presence is so discreet that each sighting is considered a real event. It is a symbol of the beauty and mystery that Africa exudes. To see an animal like this, even from a distance, is a unique experience, one of those that remind us that African nature still holds undiscovered secrets. At first glance, Murchison impresses with the power of its water. But with a closer look, one realizes that it is not just the river that makes this place special. Its incredible Murchison Falls. It is in this balance between power and subtlety that the forest reveals its true essence. The mountains of Ethiopia rise like true natural fortresses, with abrupt slopes, deep valleys carved by the Great Rift Valley, high-altitude forests, and vast plateaus, almost always shrouded in mist. At first glance, this landscape might seem arid or harsh, but with a closer look you discover that among the rocks and cliffs, one of Africa's most unique forests is thriving. A vertical forest, cold, silent, and full of life. The majestic Simien Mountains, known as the Roof of Africa, form a unique ecosystem where altitude imposes harsh challenges for survival and shapes some of the continent's most extraordinary life forms. With its thick fur, dark face, and an unmistakable red patch on its chest, the Gelada baboon is endemic to the Ethiopian highlands and is one of the most emblematic animals of these mountains. They are a primate that has adapted to live at altitudes between 6,500 and 14,700 feet. The males stand out with their majestic manes and a red, hourglass-shaped patch on their chests, a mark that intensifies during the mating season, reflecting their vitality and social status within the group. Unlike other primates, Geladas are primarily grass eaters. This specialized diet distinguishes them from other primates and is a unique adaptation to life in the mountains. An adult baboon can spend more than 70% of its day grazing, traveling long distances in search of grassy areas. But the real strength of the Gelada lies in its social life. They form one of the most complex societies among primates, living in large groups that can number up to 500 individuals. They have an impressive vocal repertoire, with over 30 different types of calls used to keep the group cohesive or to repel intruders. Here are the guardians of the Simien Mountains. They remind us of the extraordinary resilience of Ethiopian wildlife and the importance of conserving this icon of balance and adaptation. Just as the Gelada baboon dominates the steep slopes above them, another master of the heights reigns supreme. The bearded vulture, a true guardian of the skies, complements the ecosystem of the Simien Mountains with its majestic presence and its unique role in the food chain. The orange color of the bearded vulture's plumage is not natural. It comes from the iron oxide-rich soil in which it bathes to mark its territory and show dominance. This rare and fascinating behavior distinguishes it from other birds of prey. With a wingspan of up to 10 feet, the bearded vulture is perfectly adapted to soar in the mountain air currents. Just as the Gelada baboon is essential for the balance of the plains, the bearded vulture plays a crucial role in the mountain ecosystem. By consuming bones and leftovers that other predators cannot utilize, it acts as a natural cleaner. "600 miles from the Simien Mountains, in the heart of Ethiopia, lies the Bale Mountains National Park. In this high-altitude sanctuary, we find another remarkable species. These Ethiopian wolves are one of the rarest predators in the world. They live at an altitude of 10,000 feet above sea level, where winter temperatures frequently drop below freezing. The Ethiopian wolf has a slender and elegant appearance, perfectly adapted to life at high altitudes. Although similar in size to a coyote, this predator specializes in hunting small rodents which make up over 90% of its diet. They have evolved uniquely, perfectly adapted to their mountain habitat. Their keen hearing is fundamental for detecting the movement of rodents under the dense vegetation. With about 500 individuals remaining in the wild, these animals are extremely rare and unique. They can only be found in the Bale Mountains National Park, where their population is relatively protected and has shown signs of a gradual increase. Our final stop emerges in a setting that at first glance does not seem to belong to Africa. At the foot of one of the planet's most iconic mountains, Mount Kilimanjaro, this territory is part of the Kilimanjaro National Park, a protected area of about 650 square miles recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Many crystal-clear rivers flow down from above, fed by the forest's humidity and melting ice from the summit. They form a crucial water network for the region, supplying not only the local flora and fauna, but also many human communities. Among the watercourses, one of the highlights is the Matarumi waterfall, an impressive cascade hidden amidst dense vegetation over 230 feet high. This forest is home to a rich biodiversity, hosting primates, antelopes, chameleons, birds, and countless species of insects and amphibians. And in this humid and enchanting environment, we find one of Africa's most beautiful monkeys, the colobus monkey. With its black and white fur, silky appearance, long tail, and serene expression, the colobus monkey is a captivating presence among the high branches. They live in large groups, often of more than 15 individuals, always in harmony. The mothers care for their young with extreme tenderness, and it is common to see the infants being carried by other females in the group in a true system of communal care. Unlike other primates, they lack an opposable thumb which gives them a unique hand shape, adapted for long leaps and agile movements through the treetops. Silent and discreet, the colobus monkey rarely descends to the ground. They spend most of their lives among the branches, enjoying the safety of the heights. We have journeyed through the heart of the African continent, guided by the rustle of leaves, the tracks of animals, and the mysteries hidden in the shadows of these great trees. From the deep forests of the Congo to the misty peaks of Ethiopia, and finally to the lush green slopes of Kilimanjaro. What we have seen is not just beautiful, it is essential. These forests regulate the climate, shelter unique species, and have sustained human communities for thousands of years. To capture these images and to tell these stories is also an act of resistance. It is a reminder that wild, authentic life still exists in the world, and that Africa, with its lush, ancient forests, still holds secrets worth protecting.
The Amazon rainforest, the largest tropical wilderness on our planet. A world of water and shadow where life flourishes in astonishing diversity, accounting for over 10% of all known species on Earth. And in this realm, one predator reigns supreme, the jaguar. A majestic hunter concealed within the dense foliage. Its magnificent golden coat, patterned with distinctive rosettes, makes it a master of concealment. Though a powerful runner, the jaguar prefers stealth and ambush over long, drawn-out chases. This is a hunter defined not by speed, but by sheer crushing power. A bite delivered with such force it can shatter the ancient armor of a turtle's shell, a testament to the unforgiving nature of life and death in this realm. This species is most active at dusk and dawn, avoiding the tropical heat of midday. The jaguar is also a superb swimmer, often frequenting rivers and lakes to hunt fish, turtles, and even caiman. The jaguar's reign is a sign of a healthy, thriving world, but it does not hunt in these shadows alone. For where there is a king, there are also princes of the twilight, smaller, more secretive, but no less formidable. With a beautiful coat combining spots and stripes, it blends effortlessly into its surroundings. A nocturnal predator, the ocelot is solitary and elusive, roaming a vast territory that stretches from the Amazon to as far north as Texas. Though slender in form, it is the silent nightmare of every rodent, bird and reptile dwelling in the dense jungle. Deep in the dense forests lives a canid so rare it was once thought to be extinct. The bush dog was known only from fossils until it was rediscovered alive. They live in monogamous family packs, primarily hunting large rodents like agoutis and capybaras. But life here is not lived solely in the shadow of the predator. By the water's edge, a different kind of giant makes its home. Seemingly placid, the capybara, the largest rodent on Earth, lives in a state of quiet vigilance. A fully grown adult can weigh nearly 200 pounds. They are highly social animals living in large groups near bodies of water. Devoted to a semi-aquatic life, they spend much of their time submerged in rivers and swamps. In this same aquatic world, another formidable predator holds dominion. The giant river otter, reaching lengths of up to 6 feet, is the largest of all otter species. Their thick, velvety fur is waterproof, a perfect adaptation for a life spent in water. They hunt alone or in groups with fish, including the fearsome piranha forming the mainstay of their diet. They are the embodiment of agility and grace in the aquatic wilderness. The cohesion of the pack grants the giant otter an absolute advantage in every hunt. Hidden beneath the water surface lurks a true giant. The green anaconda, one of the largest and heaviest snakes in the world. Some individuals can exceed 30 feet in length and weigh over 500 pounds. These colossal snakes inhabit rivers and swamps, preying on large animals such as deer, wild pigs, and even caiman. A relative of the crocodile, the spectacled caiman, has a unique feature, a bony ridge between its eyes that resembles a pair of glasses. This reptile is hunted for its skin and meat, and this, combined with habitat destruction, has placed its future in jeopardy. Another species, the black caiman, is the largest of its family and one of the Amazon's top predators. Its dark skin provides perfect camouflage in the murky waters. The Amazon is also a paradise for birds, home to more than half of all the world's avian species. Among the smallest and most magical is the hummingbird. Their wings beat up to 70 times a second, creating their characteristic humming sound. To power this tiny iridescent engine, it must embark on a relentless quest, drinking its own weight in liquid sunlight each day. In doing so, it becomes an unwitting weaver of life, stitching the forest together one flower at a time. As tiny as a leaf, the hummingbird is an indispensable link in the magnificent chain of life in the Amazon. Another brilliant resident is the Guianan cock of the rock. The male is striking with bright orange or red plumage and a large crescent-shaped crest. They typically build their nests near rock faces. And perhaps no bird can rival the fantastical beauty of the birds of paradise. The males possess magnificent plumage and perform complex courtship dances to attract a mate. In the dense cloud forests of the Amazon, a vibrant bird appears like a living jewel, the toucan barbet. Its thick yellow bill and bright red chest make it unmistakable. This bird lives in social groups, foraging for food and raising their young together. Amidst the humid canopy, it is a symbol of community and the unique beauty of the Andes. Here, forest and river merge into a single unified entity, creating a living, breathing labyrinth that stretches without end. In the dense canopy, the red-headed barbet is an emblem of the colour and diversity of the tropical world. Its large bill and vibrant plumage are not merely aesthetic, they reflect its evolutionary role in mating and ecological adaptation. The crimson-rumped toucanet is a vital link in maintaining the ecological balance of the rainforest. This bird is adapted to high humidity environments, typically living at altitudes between 3,000 and 8,000 feet. Their presence is an indicator of a healthy and biodiverse forest. The toucan, in turn, is defined by its enormous, colourful bill. Though it appears heavy, the bill is remarkably light and is used for plucking fruit and for regulating body temperature. The toucan's vibrant plumage is not just for camouflage, but also helps in individual recognition within the flock. Despite their large bills and striking appearance, they weigh only about 10 to 21 ounces thanks to a light hollow bone structure. The parrot family is also incredibly diverse. The red and green macaw, also known as the green-winged macaw, is a large bird, primarily red, with brilliant green patches on its wings. With their resounding calls and plumage as vibrant as fire and foliage, they are living symbols of the tropical forest. As the macaw soars through the canopy, it seems to set the very sky of the Amazon ablaze with life. The blue and yellow macaw is one of the most beautiful and intelligent of all parrots, distinguished by its fusion of azure, blue and gold. They can live for 50 years, or even more. With a remarkable memory and a talent for mimicry, they are the charming and cunning inhabitants of the jungle. The great green macaw, one of the largest parrots, is renowned for its emerald green plumage. It is a highly social species that lives in flocks but is now threatened by habitat loss and illegal poaching. They are a living testament to the richness and subtlety of the tropical avian world. But that beauty is also fragile, as their future depends on the actions of humanity today. This forest is also home to over 50 species of primates. The brown woolly monkey, with its thick fur and prehensile tail, moves with agility through the forest canopy. They live in large troops with a diet consisting mainly of plants and insects. Amidst the dense forest canopy, they are acrobatic artists, silently helping to maintain the balance of the Amazonian ecosystem. The capuchin monkey, intelligent and inquisitive, has a varied diet that includes eggs, insects, fruits, and even small mammals. They not only use tools to find food, but also learn from one another, creating a unique culture in the heart of the jungle. It needs no venom, no claws. A single silent squeeze is enough to extinguish life. For the capuchin, intelligence and cleverness are the very tools that have ensured their survival across generations. The black howler monkey is the largest primate in the Amazon and also the loudest. Their howls can echo for miles through the forest. They live in groups and feed primarily on leaves and fruit. Long webbed toes enable it to ride the air currents, a living parachute. Sound that stills the entire forest to listen. The common squirrel monkey has a brain that is remarkably large for its body size. They live in enormous troops, sometimes numbering in the hundreds, and have an omnivorous diet. A slender, supple body built for a life lived high in the dense upper layers of the forest. When 100 of them surge through the trees, they transform the forest into an unstoppable living whirlwind. Do not be deceived by their endearing appearance. In the world of the squirrel monkey, survival is a game of speed and wits. But no primate is smaller than the pygmy marmoset. A fully grown adult can rest comfortably in the palm of a human hand. They feed principally on tree sap, a highly specialized diet. To get to the sap, they use sharp teeth to gouge the tree's bark, leaving distinctive cuts that are easily recognizable in the forest. Their dental structure and digestive system have evolved specifically to absorb nutrients from this uncommon food source. High above one creature has adopted a completely different way of life to avoid predators on the ground. This is the sloth, a mammal famed for its slow pace. They spend almost their entire lives hanging upside down from trees. A slow metabolism allows them to survive on a low-nutrient diet consisting solely of leaves. Through this energy-saving lifestyle, the sloth has survived for millions of years without the need for speed or strength. This survival strategy helps them evade the notice of predators in the dense jungle. The sloth shows that sometimes being slow is not a weakness, but an evolutionary advantage. The world of Amazonian amphibians is also incredibly rich. They are present everywhere. Their diversity is an inseparable part of the tropical forest. Each call is an affirmation that the Amazon is still vibrantly alive. In the still waters it glides like a phantom, poised to strike a fatal blow to any unsuspecting prey. Its passage is as subtle as mist, moving silently across leaves still wet with night's dew. Her vibrant green skin dissolves into the foliage, a cloak of invisibility that confounds predators. Each leap is a marvel of agility and precision, an artist performing a dance of survival. Seemingly fragile and small, it is an emblem of the profound vitality of the deep rainforest. Its large eyes pierce the gloom, a world where hunters are always watching. A back of verdant green and a belly of brilliant orange provide the perfect camouflage amidst the damp canopy. Shimmering gold dappled with brown, as if painted by hand, makes it a living jewel in the forest canopy. Its long webbed feet unfurl like silken sails, allowing it to drift effortlessly through the air. The eyes, blazing like twin telescopes, register every stir in the ancient forest shadows. In the deep stillness of the jungle, it appears as a tiny yet captivating masterpiece of nature. The red-eyed tree frog uses its brilliant red eyes as a defense mechanism. When threatened, it abruptly opens them, startling a predator and creating a chance to escape. Its green skin provides perfect camouflage among the forest leaves. They spend most of their time clinging to leaves with specialized adhesive pads on their toes. Though small, the red-eyed tree frog is a testament to the subtle adaptations of the rainforest. The long legs of a tree frog allow it to move with agility through the canopy. The bright colours on its legs can disorient potential predators. A deep green back merges with the leaves, while a vibrant orange belly is scored with bold black streaks. The large eyes with the sharp, vertical pupils of a nocturnal hunter. Long webbed toes enable it to ride the air currents, a living parachute. A slender, supple body built for a life lived high in the dense upper layers of the forest. Whether hunting prey or escaping danger, it launches itself into a gentle, controlled flight. A moss-green back speckled like a decaying leaf offers the ultimate disguise. Gleaming like a fragment of a rainbow, the rose chafer is both an artist that colours the garden. Tiny, silent yet irreplaceable hoverflies are the The smooth, moist skin hides a sophisticated secret, the ability to breathe. It is a vital link in the ecosystem, controlling insect populations and maintaining the health of the ancient forest. The question that hangs in the Atlantic air is no longer if they can survive the crucible of nature, but whether they can survive. Large eyes rimmed with black give it a spectacled appearance and a forensic view of the forest shadows. They forage for fruits and plants among the tangled vines to fuel their nearly 200-kilogram bodies. Its skin secretes a unique waxy coating to retain moisture, a secret weapon for survival in the humid climate. Newly hatched forest cobras begin life fully equipped with instinct and a lethal dose of venom. They are born ready to kill. In the Amazon, Beauty is often a disguise, and sometimes it is a warning. This living jewel wears its lethality openly. It carries no fang, no claw, only a silent promise painted on its skin that to touch it is to court death itself. The toxin of some species is potent enough to be fatal even to humans. Amphibians are an ancient group of animals tied to both water and land. They play a crucial role in the food web as both predator and prey. Their presence is a sign of a healthy ecosystem. The Amazon is home to over 3,000 recorded species of ants, and that number continues to grow. Leafcutter ants do not eat leaves, but use them to cultivate a fungus, their primary source of nutrition. Each colony can contain millions of individuals divided into roles such as workers, soldiers, and the queen. Their nest system is as complex as a miniature city, with specialized chambers for eggs, larvae, and the fungus gardens. Some ant species have jaws strong enough to bite through the skin of much larger animals. The venom of the bullet ant contains ponerotoxin, which affects the nervous system and causes excruciating pain. The pain from a sting can last up to 24 hours, accompanied by fever, nausea, and localized paralysis. The Amazonian kangaroo beetle is a rare species living mainly in the leaf litter beneath the forest canopy. They are small, but their strong hind legs allow them to jump quickly to escape danger. Their hard, dark shell helps them hide against the dense forest floor. As decomposers, they contribute to the ecological balance of the rainforest. The rose beetle has a brilliant metallic shell and is often found on flowers feeding on nectar and pollen. The shell of the rose beetle shimmers like an emerald in the sunlight. They contribute to plant pollination and are an important link in garden ecosystems. When in danger, this beetle often plays dead to avoid detection by its enemies. Gleaming like a fragment of a rainbow, the rose chafer is both an artist that colours the garden and a master of camouflage in the game of survival. In the Amazon rainforest, stingless bees are among the most effective pollinators. They can fly deep into the dense forest layers where other bees cannot reach. Lacking a stinger, they defend their nests by biting aggressively and secreting a sticky substance. Amazonian stingless bee honey is highly valued, rich in antioxidants and antibacterial properties. Thanks to these bees, many native plant species continue to thrive in a competitive ecosystem. Tiny, silent yet irreplaceable hoverflies are the miniature warriors that nurture the life force of the entire forest. It is a sophisticated survival strategy, allowing them to persist even when fruits and insects become scarce. The millipede cannot bite or sting, but it can secrete a compound containing hydrogen cyanide for self-defense. They play a vital role in the ecosystem by breaking down leaf litter and organic matter, helping to enrich the forest soil. This long-bodied beetle, with its slender legs and antennae, typically lives in leaf litter or on decaying wood. Some species of ground beetle can spray a hot chemical from their abdomen to defend themselves, creating a characteristic pop. The Goliath bird-eater is one of the world's largest spiders inhabiting the tropical forests of South America. Despite its name, its diet consists mainly of insects and other small animals. The Goliath bird-eater, the eight-legged terror of the South American jungle, can fell its prey with a lightning-fast strike in the darkness. And finally, the butterflies, which adorn the forest with their fragile beauty. The blue morpho is famous for its shimmering blue colour, an optical effect caused by the structure of its wing scales. That iridescent beauty comes not from pigment, but from microstructures that make the wings glow as if by magic in the sunlight. Each time it glides through the light, its wings seem to open a magical gateway between the reality and the dream of the tropical rainforest. The heliconius butterfly of the Nymphalidae family is known for its ability to mimic the colors of other toxic butterflies to avoid predation. They are native to the tropics of Central and South America and have an unusually long lifespan due to their ability to regenerate eggs continuously. In the game of survival, that vibrant beauty is not just for mesmerizing, it is a weapon of ultimate deception and wisdom. Masters of disguise in the tropical forest, they don a false warning coat to make their enemies wary. The owl butterfly, one of the largest butterflies, has a different defense mechanism. Large eye spots on its wings mimic the eyes of an owl intended to frighten away predators. Climate change is causing many butterfly populations to decline and lose their habitats. From the crushing jaws of the jaguar to the delicate wings of the morpho, every creature we have met is a thread in an immense, intricate tapestry. The sloth's stillness, the monkey's call, the frog's silent warning. They are all notes in the Amazon's ancient symphony. This is a world built over millennia, a masterpiece of evolution. And yet, its future hangs in the balance, as fragile as the wing of a butterfly. Its survival depends not on the strength of its predators, but on the wisdom of the one species capable of understanding its story and choosing to protect it.
As dawn breaks over the African savanna, a slender figure emerges, the embodiment of silent grace, the serval. With legs unusually long, this feline towers above the grasses, granting it speed and sight unmatched. Its vast ears sweep the landscape, attuned to the faintest rustle, the softest tremor beneath the earth. Every muscle drawn taut, it waits, a living bowstring ready to release in an instant of pure precision. Claws needle-sharp, close with unerring accuracy, locking prey in a fatal embrace. A single swift bite ends the struggle, silent, efficient, almost invisible to the world around it. Those dagger-like teeth, honed by evolution, are the timeless instruments of survival. Moving with balletic poise, the serval glides through the grass, a dancer choreographed by the wild. In the stillness of night, its eyes shimmer like twin lanterns, ears alive to whispers in the dark. It hunts not only mice and birds, but frogs, fish, and insects, whatever the grassland yields. Few predators succeed so often. Nearly half of its hunts end in triumph, a record unmatched. After the chase, it drinks swiftly at a waterhole, every movement tempered with caution. Now, human hands reshape its world grasslands, consumed by fire fields and farms. And still worse, some fall victim to the trade in exotic skins and pets. But as the sun sets, the serval's golden eyes remind us, nature's wonders endure if only we let them.